We're gonna watch this because people are complaining. People are saying, "Oh, Colorado is, they're this and they're that and blah blah blah." And the only reason why I'm talking about this, because I usually don't talk about football, on my channel or anything like that, is because I talked about the Deion Sanders situation twice already on this channel, at the least. Made videos and put them up on YouTube and Rumble as well. So I do feel like I kind of want to talk about this situation and have it tie into the whole sports and entertainment being soft thing. Because while this video, I feel like this guy is being a little bit disingenuous, and we're going to get to that here in a second. But at the same time, it kind of raises eyebrows to what's really going on in Colorado, because you have players that they're using primes, they're using Deion Sanders, his prime persona as now their little persona, and them being, you just saw them dancing on Oregon's freaking logo at on the 50-yard line right before the game, and they got beat out 52-6. And then people want to crowd racism. People want to crowd, oh, they're this, they're that. See, I already knew that shit was coming. I knew that Oregon was going to beat them because I called it a week prior to it. I said, I just saw Oregon's offensive line just fucking dominate, and their defensive line just fucking swallow an entire fucking pocket for 4 quarters. And then we saw it again this past week when they faced Colorado. You want to know why? Because I've been watching college football my whole life. And I know what's what. Now, I'm not saying I knew the exact prediction or anything like that, but I know that you're not going to take a team that went 1-11 last year, completely turn it around this season, which he's done that. Don't get me wrong. Deion Sanders, he's done it. What he's doing is good. What he's continuing to do is good. But it's just not, they're not going to, like I said, they're not going to be no 12-1 team or no shit like that. Like, this is probably a 9-3, 8-4 type of season they're going to have, just because you are lacking in certain areas. They got flat out embarrassed this past weekend. They're going to lose to USC this weekend at home this time. But again, I'm not sitting here saying like they should be losing or anything. But look, they needed to lose this past weekend. Deion Sanders and Colorado needed to lose this past weekend because you have a lot of people out here that call themselves fans, Colorado fans now, because he is there, and they're using him as a fucking scapegoat for race and all this other stuff, and which is why I looked at him a little sideways a little bit last week when he wanted to mention, oh, they don't want to see a black man win, and I'm like, why are we bringing race into this shit, bro? Why do we always have to fucking do that? But anyways, let's watch this video, man.
Maybe if Coach Prime didn't have UMTV raps in the locker room before the game, at halftime, after the game, maybe they'd be in control of this game instead of getting beat like a drum. I mean, it's flat out embarrassing. He's running the fucking UMTV, got Fab Five Freddy, whatever the fuck it is, Flavor Flav. What an embarrassment. This clown talks a good game. He's got fucking UMTV raps in the locker room. He ain't no coach. That's not a football program. That's an MTV house party, UMTV raps. It's
all right. Again, man, like in a way, he's not wrong. But he does go a little too far, obviously, right? The MTV Raps house party. Yeah, like I said, man, this guy goes a little too far, which is why I feel like it's a bit disingenuous. But he could be a Colorado fan and just be fed up with this whole situation. Now, I don't know why you would be fed up with the whole situation, because you are winning football. Like you've already won 2 more games than you did last season, and we're not even halfway through the season yet. So that's one thing. Another thing is we saw what happened last week with the rivalry game, where fans who aren't real fans, again, I keep having to, emphasize that these people are not real fans of anything. They just want to pander. They want to hop on a bandwagon. They want to hold on to your fucking coattails, and that's what they do. Coattail riders. So when people were last week calling for the Colorado State and Colorado rivalry to never happen again, I already knew what I needed to know about this whole fucking situation with, hey, we're all Colorado fans and Deion Sanders. No. Like, I think this is really good for Deion and Colorado and the college football landscape to have more eyes on the product, to have more people tuning in on Saturdays, even if it is to just tune in to watch Colorado play. I think even that's great because you got a guy that no coach is like Deion Sanders, not one. Hell, when he was playing, there was no player like Deion Sanders, not one. There's no personality like Deion Sanders, not one. So yes, him bringing eyes to the game, him bringing eyes to Colorado, to the school, bringing players to the school, bringing money to the school. Dude got paid, what, 20 mil, 30 mil, something astronomical fucking number when in the millions to coach there. And I would say he's already done for the school what he needed to do for the school in terms of that money being made, like them saying, oh yeah, our investment in the Deion Sanders, well paid off. It's already been paid off. It was paid off week 3. But now we have people that are of course, going to call racism. You got the kid from Colorado State that had the hit. He was getting death threats. His family was getting death. Like, I never understand. This is why you know that these aren't real college football fans. You got a guy that had a hit, whether you think it's a dirty hit or not. I'm not going to get into that. I just think it's football, but whatever. You got a guy that did a dirty hit, and how the fuck is a guy, one player, a college player, dude could have been 19, 18, probably 20 or 21, but in that age bracket, getting death threats. How are you supposed to handle that as a college football player? I mean, I don't know how you handle that as a human being, to be honest, but as a college football player, I feel like it's even worse because you're just out there doing your job. You're out there playing for your coach, playing for your team, playing for your school. It's an in-state rivalry, so technically playing for your state. And then 2 days later, you're getting death threats. You're getting, your sister's getting fucking death threats. Your house, your address has been leaked on. Like, these are not real fans. Sports and entertainment has gone completely soft, and you have nothing but people that if you disagree with them, all they're going to do is fucking dox you and try and get you fired from your job, try and get you booted out of your fucking house and burn down your fucking house. I mean, we live in a kind of society now that all those stories that we heard in biblical days, and all those Bible stories that you hear about them marching people out of towns and shit like that, like this is that now. These are people that never watched college football a day in their lives, and now they hear race. They hear a black coach is going to a Colorado, black coach from an HBC. Just by the way, because people have this whole conspiracy that coaches hate Deion Sanders. I'm sure they do. But I don't know if you guys paid attention, and I believe I might have mentioned this in that last video I did about Deion Sanders months ago, way before the season started, which was, or actually when he first got to Colorado, I was doing videos on him, which was HBCU coaches hated Deion as well. You had coaches at other HBCUs that did not like Deion Sanders. So it could never be a race issue with this whole thing. I understand you got videos like this guy. And again, I'm not calling this guy racist, but I mean, this guy is going a little too far. I mean, listen to what this dude's saying. I mean,
it's an embarrassment, it's an abomination, and it's a liability. Don't send your kids there. If you send your kid to Deion Sanders, he's going to come out wearing a hunk of gold chain. He ain't getting a job. He ain't even getting a fucking diploma. He's going to get himself a criminal record hanging out with Deion Sanders and his Fab Five Freddy, yo empty.
See, like, that's a little too far. I'm not going to say you're going to get a fucking criminal record being around Deion Sanders. But if you look at the way some of these motherfuckers were acting over the weekend with cameras on them in a Colorado uniform, I mean, it sounds like to me they ain't got no fucking discipline. A lot of them. I wouldn't even say most of them, but a lot of them.
Go.
Yeah. This dude, he does a little too much. But what I'm really trying to say, man, is that Deion Sanders, keep doing what you're doing. But it's only going to get worse from here because you're going to have even more fans pile onto this bullshit. You got in the NFL now, you got people sending threats to the old dude. Was it Micah Fitzpatrick? The dude that hit the hit on Nick Chubb as well. Like, it's people being soft all over, man. Social media has done a number on so many fucking people in this society that it's just unenjoyable now. You can't enjoy shit. I can't enjoy pro wrestling anymore because you have all these fucking whiny. As soon as something happens on screen, you got a whole bunch of whiny babies. Oh, you hurt their feelings. Oh, they should fire this person and blah blah. They said this, and then you have fucking WWE or AEW, in most cases AEW, bending the knee to these fucking people. We are sorry. Let's go ahead and put it out statement. We stand with all this just virtue signaling all over the fucking place. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of virtue signaling, especially when it comes to these production studios. I'm tired of the fucking virtue signaling when it comes to these schools in college football now. NFL with the end racism fucking end zones and the Ukraine flags on the helmets and shit. Like, we said this a while back on Comrades, or at least I did. I said this on Comrades numerous times. All of this shit is happening at once. They're going to hit you in every fucking avenue. They're going to hit everybody financially. They're going to hit everybody with this AI shit. They're going to hit everybody probably with the change of alternating, weather and shit like that. Disease, we already know about the whole vax shit. Food supply, like they're hitting everybody with entertainment, virtue signaling, making sure, with the whole thing with Taylor Swift earlier with the whole voting thing. On the verge of fucking busting out real tears. Talking about women and equal pay and I want to be on the right side of history. This is the world we live in now, folks. I would much rather listen to this guy that sounds semi over the line when he's talking about Deion Sanders in Colorado. I'm not even going to say he's completely over the line with the shit. I'm going to say he's semi over the line with his delivery. But the message is still there. Other than the whole criminal record thing. I don't agree with that at all. But again, if you look at the way, like there's a lack of discipline somewhere within the realm between Deion Sanders and those players. That's all I'm going to say about that. And hopefully it'll get fixed. That's why I'm not elaborating too much on that. Because if Deion Sanders is who he says he is and is who he portrays to be, we won't have to worry about that problem. We won't have to see that shit ever again. We'll see actual disciplined players on it. Now, I can understand a college football player. I can even understand the whole 50-yard line thing. But when it gets to players just acting crazy while they know they're still being filmed on camera with the Colorado uniform on, and they're still cussing out fans, middle fingers, it's just like, oh, man, fuck. Damn, Deion, get your team, bro. And then you see so-called Colorado fans sending death threats to college football players, to 19 and 20-year-olds, because they had a quote-unquote, dirty hit on a running back who, by the way, is like, 196 pounds? In a rivalry game, and now you're crying for people to not even have a rivalry game? If you have quote-unquote fans, so-called fans of college football, crying and online and saying that Colorado and Colorado State should not be facing each other ever again because of that game, because of how physical it was, we have completely lost it as a fucking society. We have completely lost it as a fucking society when that happens. People are so sensitive in one area. Oh, he hit him too hard. Oh, yeah, a white player tackled a black player too hard, and it was a dirty hit. Oh, hey, that nigga now. I got the rope right here. Like that's pretty much what they're doing. It's ridiculous. So sensitive in that area, but so desensitized when it comes to violence, when it comes to people burning down buildings. And remember the Summer of Love? That's to tell you all you need to know. All you need to know. But anyways, man, look, maybe I'm overreacting with all this shit. I don't know. But hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys for joining me here.